Welcome back to LA Noire. You did it, kid. You made it back. And in this episode, we're gonna have to replay the red lipstick moiter. Because for some unknown reason, the XLR didn't record the game audio. Yeah, I'm done with that accent. Yeah, I was watching it with my lady, and boom, no audio. What the frick, right? I'm not sure. I don't think this was in the episode with no audio, but we're just gonna have it in this episode anyway. Look at that blood. So shiny.
All right, gentlemen, take your seats. Let's get this over before lunch. Floyd Rose of the Homicide Squad has decided to take early retirement. We will all miss Floyd and the steely edge he brought to his police work. The department has arranged a wee drink at the Galway Arms to quench the mighty thirst a man gets from 25 years of police work. Floyd's departure leaves a place at the top table, and the chief has seen fit to promote Cole Phelps from burglary to the homicide desk. Stand up, Phelps. Take a chair. You're in the major leagues now, Sonny. Rusty Galloway, a fine lawman of the old school, will be taking you under his wing. Your first case is the murder of a woman, found last night and bearing all the signs of the werewolf. Get out to the scene, lads.
All right, Rusty Galloway. Let's go. Thanks, man. This guy's an old grump. Just a heads up.
Do you have the address?
It's been all over KGPL. It's off Temple Street, between Belmont and Glendale.
Snellmont.
Where does baby oil come from?
I gotta say, this world really feels lived in.
Oh, that looks
Not bad, Rockstar. Except I don't think it was so I think maybe Rockstar published it, but I looked it up and it's a different, it's like one of their sub companies that made this one. There's a whole thing with like the voice actors slash motion captors.
What happened to Rose?
Parker wants the chief's job. Word is it's either going to be him or Thad Green. So they're both clearing the decks.
So where does that leave you, Galloway?
Leaves me saddled with a chump like you, Phelps. I didn't ask for you and I don't want you, so keep it to yourself. See if you can learn something about seeing how a real cop operates.
What did he mean by the werewolf?
Medallion. The Daily News came out calling him the werewolf killer. The Examiner came up with the Black Dahlia.
We any closer to catching him?
Not a chance. 6 months and hundreds of guys running down leads and we got nothing.
You don't think this has anything to do with it?
No, I don't. 90% of murders are domestic, Phelps. Some guy gets into a beef with his wife, he takes it too far. This will be the same. But cutting someone in half and leaving them off the sidewalk, that's a one-off.
Why so many women this year?
Because of the war. You should know that. Guy gets to kill people every day in combat. Comes home, he's expected to take lip from his wife. What do you think's gonna happen?
It's that simple.
Like I said, most of the time it is.
Oh, I forgot the name of the company, but they didn't like credit their actors or really pay them. I think they overworked them too. Like, I don't know how common. I'm pretty sure it's very uncommon for its time. For when this came out, for so many actors, so many unique characters. Like, almost every NPC is fully. I imagine it's every one of them is fully facial animated, like for everything that they say. That's pretty crazy.
Crime scene is just up the dirt road, detective.
I can tell. Thanks. You know what I'm saying though? Like, look at this. This is crazy. It still looks good. It's a little uncanny, and their faces kind of morph a little weirdly sometimes, but generally it looks
How about a
pretty
scoop
good.
for the Examiner, Galloway? You could use some good press.
Another tramp, another message. Is the werewolf back in business, boys?
Do you have a mother, asshole? A sister? How about showing some respect for this poor woman? Let us do our job, and Detective Galloway will give you a statement later.
He's good, Rusty. He even sounds genuine.
That's Phelps, guys. The war hero. Defending the honor of murdered humps.
You're used to it, Phelps. Moving along, guys. You got your pictures, you got your headlines. Now scram.
Oh yeah, also, I don't know if I'm going to keep the episode on my channel where I don't have game audio, but there's nudity. I didn't know that. Thanks, Rockstar.
Trollman, this your beat?
Yes, sir. Well, part of it. Kids park here, they use it like a lover's lane. It's a working neighborhood. Some trouble, but nothing like this. It's known locally as the Moors.
You were first on the scene?
Yes, detective.
No one's disturbed the body.
No, sir. We cleared out them vulture reporters so Pinker and the coroner could work. They're waiting to talk to you.
Go house to house and see what you come up with.
Oh, that's right. I'm a detective. Something cool about being a cop, and then being a detective, like, you know, it's like, I'm a detective now.
What can you tell me about the shoe prints?
Men's size 8s. Pinker lifted impressions for me to compare back at the lab.
The victim's bag?
Oh,
Looks brand new. Can't be the one used on the body.
one of those there lipstick things. Peculiar. What was that pink ballsack looking thing on their keys? Did you see that? I don't think this is anything, but let's see. Nope. It's been a moide.
Looks like some kind of puzzle or parlor game.
Oh. Oh, I like this. I like little puzzles. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold up. Hold up. Hold on. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Come on. Do the thing. Oh! There it is. Why is it this way? I did it so quick on my other video. There it is. Right there. Perfect. A bomb
Club.
club.
Why steal a table lighter?
What a weird lighter. So, like, unwieldy. That won't fit in your pocket, sir. That's too oblong. Alright, what do we got?
Cause of death?
Could be the head injuries. She has been badly stung.
What caused the blunt force injury to the face?
Could be anything from a baseball bat to a lug wrench.
Disgusting.
I'll have more details after the autopsy.
Very detailed. This reminds me of mortuary assistant. Oh,
What about this wound on the finger?
missing a
Something
ring.
removed. A ring, most likely. I assume it was taken post-mortem.
Ugh, look at her nails. They're like shredded, like she was clawing at something. Ugh. And nope, nothing on this one. I could tell. I could tell. Come on, put it down, Michael. Michael Phelps.
Interesting.
Phelps. Very personal. I can tell.
What's the writing on the victim mean?
BD, like Dahlia, X. Your guess is as good as mine. Could be something to it, or it could be the killer's trying to throw you off the
Duck?
scent. Either way, I'll run tests on the lipstick.
Any idea of the time of death?
From the temperature,
Booty
I'd say after
dance?
midnight. I'll confirm with you later.
Can we get to the bomba? Man,
Sure.
got a thirst on a case like this.
Oh yeah. So, what do I like about Rusty? Not much. I guess he knows his stuff. What the hell was that, Rusty? Are you a ghost? Maybe if you get on his good side, he's like dependable and he's got your back. Like a dog would. You know, like loyal. So far though, he's just kind of a grump. Stubborn and an alcoholic. Oh, and abusive. So, there's that, which is pretty big. Hard for me to like him. Traffic! They keep coming! Stop! Maybe if I make myself known. I asked them to stop and they keep coming. There we go. I'm turning. I'm a cop. All right. Out of the way. Police business. I'm not only a cop, I'm a detective.
Werewolf?
For my money, a copycat.
We can't rule it out. We need to work the evidence.
You'd love that, wouldn't you? A big head to hang on your wall. The caller of the decade. You've been working evidence on BD case for 6 months and got nicks.
There's a difference, Rusty.
Oh, yeah?
I just started working it today.
Okay, hotshot. What's more likely? The werewolf comes back around, leaving us a note in the corpse?
He clearly has a thing for power. Power over women. Why not power over the police department as well?
Let me finish, folks. A guy opens his mouth again after 6 months of stoom. Or some opportunist who's been reading about the BD figures, he'll rip off the MO and get himself a freebie.
That's not totally fantastical.
You know, the Examiner and the Daily News might be good at coming up with monikers, but they're terrible for police work. If there's a reason we didn't get the son of a bitch after the short murder, it was them, locusts.
Where do you think the werewolf killer is now?
Dead by his own hand, stationed somewhere else with the armed forces. San Quentin, another town, another country, who knows? So, Phelps, I understand you want to turn this into a big case, but it doesn't work like that, all right? A case will come and find you. You can't make it something it ain't, understand?
So you don't think the werewolf has continued to operate in the Los Angeles area?
No chance. We would have found him.
Understand? Young man? Do ya? That was so funny. When I peeled out and whooped that guy, I like slammed him into the building. I guess he was fine. Hey lady, nice frames. You're walking out like 3 FPS. You gotta conserve that disk memory, huh? Well, too bad, I'm running a 3080, and this game didn't even know that a 3080 would ever exist. Ever heard of ray tracing game? Ever heard of, I don't know how many CUDA cores. A butt ton of CUDA cores? Do my viewers even know what a CUDA core is? Maybe some of them. If you want to know what a CUDA core is, C-U-D-A space C-O-R-E. There you go. Educate. Educate yourself.
Gentlemen, what can I get you?
Phelps and Galloway, LAPD. Were you working here last night?
Yes. How can I help, officer?
You can start with your name.
Garrett Mason.
You're the regular bartender on nights?
I'm a temporary barman. I work for an agency. I fill in at bars across town.
Do you remember a woman who came in here last night? 5'7", about 110 pounds, blonde hair, about 40 years of age.
You mean Celine Henry?
Yes. Do you know anything about her?
I don't. But the owner, Mr. McCall, serves her most nights. Would you like to speak to him?
I would.
He sits at the back of the club. Wears a hibiscus. You can't miss him. Is there anything else?
Fire away, Phelps. I'll stay here. I'm a little parched.
Ow.
Pour me 3 fingers of rye.
I need alcohol, which dehydrates me, but I'm thirsty, so...
Can I have another spoon?
Okay. Whatever you say there, guy.
Hey, honey, what time do you get off waiting tables?
What a period piece. My parents, they watch old shows like this. So does my lady's parent.
Detective Phelps, LA.
Not usually my
We're investigating the murder of
but-
Celine Henry.
Yeah,
Do you know her?
Celine?
not bad.
Christ. Sure I know her. She and I and Jacob, her husband, we go way back.
She was here last night?
Sure, she's a regular. Celine was a lovely woman.
Were you suspect seen with the victim?
Was Mrs. Henry here with anyone last night?
Not at first. Celine already had quite a head start.
But she attracted attention?
Certainly. A few gentlemen became very enamored with her and her stories. One guy in particular.
Okay.
You know him?
No. He's been in a couple of times.
Did they leave together?
Yes. At around 11. If it helps, I made the guy's license plate.
Oh. I appreciate the honesty there. What was your name, Dick? Dick McCole or something like that?
I think this could be a great help, sir. Thank you.
Nice. I like a helpful citizen. I have a couple more questions for you, though.
Mrs. Henry appeared to be missing a ring, torn from her finger, but not her wedding finger.
Torn.
Celine always wore a red garnet ring on the large side. Larger than life, like Celine herself.
Did she have it a long time?
Sure. Since way back in her flying days.
Did her husband buy it for her?
No, it was before Jacob.
And I think I said this in my other video, but I was just starting to like it. Here we go again. Come on, man. You were honest the first time.
I think you know where the ring came from, and I think you're gonna tell me.
Okay. I bought it years ago. I carried a torch for Celine in those days.
Oh.
Guess I always have. Her old man never knew about it.
Mr. McCole.
You know the husband?
Sure I know Jacob. He was in the Corps. He met Celine on a furlough and married her when the war was finished. He put up with a load of shit.
Frick's a furlough. That one.
Do you think he killed his wife?
No.
Freak.
No, not in my opinion.
Just darting my eyes for no reason, I guess.
So if it wasn't Jacob, then you probably let her out of here with the guy who killed her. How do you feel about that?
Stow the attitude, will ya? I tried to get onto Jacob. I rang him up. Asked him to come pick her up like usual. But he refused. And she picked some night to push him over the edge. I rang him back around 11:30, but got no answer.
Thanks, Mr. McCole. You've been a big help. One more thing. Would you have an address for Celine?
142 North Union Avenue. God knows I had to send her home in enough cabs to remember that.
Oy.
So, how's your tuna fish salad?
All right. Thank you.
You want a tip? Refill my coffee next time, honey.
You talking to me? Who you talking to? I don't work here, you schmuck. Come on.
Cover my shift on Wednesday.
Let's go, Mr. Drink.
Let's get out of here.
Mr. Drinky
Hey,
guy.
what's the hurry?
What is
My
this?
stool was just starting to warm up nicely.
I just wanted to look at your thing. Okay.
A waitress. Can I have it?
Telephonic. We got the address. Let's go.
Drove me up to Mulholland.
Okay. To the Henry residence. Okay. Backing up. Oops.
Watch it, will you?
Well.
You find the booze helps you get through a working day?
Sharpens my investigatory instincts, Phelps.
A smart lawyer might use that to throw out anything you collect today.
A smart man might know it's unwise to stand between the patient and his medicine.
As long as you're not falling over, Rusty, I'll let it slide.
That's mighty kind of you, Phelps. You know, you picked the wrong job if a healthy thirst offends you, Cole.
We owe it to this city to do the best we can in this position. As homicide detectives, that responsibility is all the more serious.
Always the politician.
It's not political, it's practical. Maybe the men combing Hollywood Boulevard after the Elizabeth Short murder were more interested in sniffing out booze than the clues that would have led to her killer.
Yeah, well, if only you'd been there, choir boy. Betty Short would be alive, the Japs would have spared Pearl Harbor, our ancestors wouldn't have tasted the forbidden fruit.
Minor syntactical error, Detective Galloway. I never claimed to be able to prevent crimes. I only suggested a proficiency in solving them. Guess that's the drink slowing you down.
Oh my God, brother, oh brother. It's worse than I could ever have imagined.
See what I'm saying? He's an old grump and an alcoholic. You shouldn't be drinking on the job, dude. Never. Never ever drink on the job. That is so irresponsible. If you got people you gotta save, you're still technically a cop. What if there's like someone you gotta save from a shooter? Oh, I'm a little tipsy. I might miss. I might miss and accidentally shoot a hole in the civilian's head. Whoops. Clearly he's, what's it called? Not disingenuous. Is it yeah. Clearly he's disingenuated with times, and he's grown tired and jaded in his old age. And no longer takes things seriously. Or at least to the level that I think he should. So I agree, Mr. Phelps. Responsibility. You have responsibility to uphold justice and defend the weak. Defend the innocent. Protect mankind. Batman doesn't drink on the job. Why should you? Right? I just compared a detective to Batman because Batman is a detective. Detective Comics, DC, Batman. That's the origin. That's the origin of DC. Detective Comics. Look it up. Feeling sassy this morning. Like 8:30 a.m. And I'm making references to Batman.
Wait here a second.
Gonna take a sip of my coffee. My iced coffee. Delicious. Ah, caramel. The best. Oh. We've got a break-in. Oh no. Would you mind letting me in? Thanks.
Side window's been jimmied. Looks like somebody's creeped the joint.
Okay. Oh. Sure has. What was that? Magazine. Look at this shoe. Look at this shoe graph.
Size 9s. Above average
That's
for
a
a lady.
big foot. Is this lady a man? Is this lady Bigfoot? Well, it's perfectly okay to have bigger feet if you're a lady. There's nothing wrong with having
Burglar
your
used
own
a pry bar. Why did you kick the door in?
body.
You think I'm gonna climb through a broken window in a $30 suit? You got another thing coming, Buster.
$30 whole dollars. That's barely enough for a pizza these days. That's so pathetic how the economy has become what it is. A wing would be here.
The rest of the stuff is junk. Might explain the missing ring.
Amelia Earhart. Kind of.
Regular Amelia Earhart in her day. The ring looks distinctive.
Okay. That was the lady. So this is the lady's house from the crime scene. For those who are maybe just kind of having this on in the background. That are kind of wondering what's going on. What is this device? Is it a Whipple Wopple? Is that the black end? Is that a cord, or does that go into something? You know what I'm saying? Alright. Nice painting. Anything else? I haven't checked this room yet. Doesn't look to be too crazy in here. Okay. How about outside? Yeah. Nothing too crazy out
Need to work
here.
the home address again.
Oops. Need to what? What'd you say? Need to take a big poop? Well, go ahead. She's got a bathroom. Aha!
Celine and Jacob are obviously having problems.
I missed.
Speaks to motive.
Crime scene evidence still weighs against it being the husband, but Jacob could give us something to go on.
Apartment 2.
When my exes drank like this, you'd be feeling the back of my hand.
There it is.
Call in burglary and get technical services out here. I'll talk to the neighbors.
Don't take
There
all
it
day
is.
about it, Phelps. I'll get nasty when I'm thirsty.
Canvass the neighbors. Okay, yeah, I remember coming over here and talking to this lady.
Badge number 564. Requesting technical services for a suspected 450.
Now that I need to talk to you, you're here. What in the schmale? Hey, lady. Hey, come here.
I knew it wasn't safe around here anymore.
I'm coming over to talk to you. Hello.
LAPD. Are you acquainted with Celine Henry, Miss?
Horgan! Jennifer Horgan. I've known Celine for more than 10 years. Our children grew up together. What's going on, officer?
Did you see Mrs. Henry go out last night?
Well, I'm no busybody, you understand, but Celine had been drinking. And she and poor, long-suffering Jacob had a terrible row. I think Jacob may have given her a black eye. He stormed out and she went back inside.
Did he come back?
No. Celine was listening to music and shouting until she left around 10 p.m. She was very drunk to have been driving. But she is not the sort of person you can stop from doing something when her dander is up. What is this about, officer? Is Celine all right?
I'm afraid Mrs. Henry has been murdered, ma'am.
Murdered? Oh, my God. I'm afraid I need to go and sit down.
It's gonna be okay. No one's coming for you. It's alright. Have a nice day, ma'am. Okay. Wow. Kinda sad. It's kinda sad. Okay, time to go. We got an apartment to hit.
Let's see what Jacob has to say for
Out of the
himself.
way!
I don't think Jacob is our man, but we should see what he
Detective
has to
business!
say.
That's the guy.
It's the guy! Yeah!
Moron for you.
Jacob Henry had a violent argument with his wife last night. He's looking more and more likely.
For my money, if the broad keeps the house looking like that, she probably deserved it. The skipper says bring him in and keep the hacks off our backs for a while.
Fine by me.
So it ain't the werewolf killer after all. Good to see you've come to your senses, Cole.
I always said work the evidence. I only stipulated a connection to the BD killer as an avenue of investigation we should leave open. And as far as I'm concerned, it still is.
This rusty guy sure loves domestic abuse. You know, one could stipulate that the 1940s was a way worse time than today. Obviously because racism, number one, you know, slavery, all that jazz, was, you know, racism was still very prevalent. Why are you driving like a madman? That's my job. And then domestic abuse, you know, women's laws, women's rights and all that. It's just not good times.
Going hard. You follow my lead.
Television was propaganda. You know, they pictured this perfect white family with the white picket fence, and the dad goes to work and the mom stays home. And
Jacob Henry?
Yeah. Who's asking?
LAPD. You're under arrest for the murder of your wife, Celine Henry.
Murder? Celine?
Save the dramatics
Oh,
for
my God.
RKO, pal. You got bigger problems.
What the hell are you talking about? You come in here, you tell me that Celine is...
Take a seat, Mr. Henry.
That she's...
We're going to have a look around, then we'll talk.
Jesus, I'm sorry.
yeah, you look really shaken up, man. Cut the act. We know it was you. We know you did the deed. Something. Thanks for the I need you. So, back to what I was saying. You know, propaganda, television, they...
You think the atmosphere's thick in here? Wait till you
The oldest problem there is.
Yep.
What to do about the old lady.
Of course. I know this is just a game, but, you know, parts of it, I'm sure, are true. Like, with Hollywood just kind of dominating LA. It's still kind of the same today, but not as bad. But anyway, they try and convince the general public that this is life, you know, everything's fine. There aren't like world wars going on.
Size 11s.
And all this other crap that I mentioned. Television was heavily censored. You know, they were trying to tell people how to live, but what they can and can't do. Is that everything? Really? That's fast. Did I miss something? Anything else? And now, things are a lot more, you know, there's LGBTQ plus and all that, and like gay marriage and all this other awesome progressive stuff that wasn't allowed back then. So if anything, you could argue that society has come a long way and things are better than they were back then, during the 40s.
So who could have killed Celine? Where did she go last night, Jacob?
A bar, I suppose. Look, I don't know.
I don't know. The shifty look on my face definitely does not give me away. I am not a douchebag, and I did not try to get my wife moited.
You know where she went, Jacob. You're lying. Why would I help you if you keep lying to me?
Look, I'm telling you, I don't know.
I am not a witch, and I do not consult my glass in times of need.
We know she went to the Bomber Club.
The bartender there, he calls me if things are getting out of hand, and I go and I bring her home. He called me last night. I said no. Phone rang a couple more times after that. I ignored it. I'm gonna have to live with that.
I'm gonna have to live with that.
When did you last see your wife, Mr. Henry?
Last night. I went to see her. We talked. Things got a little out of hand. I left.
You don't remember what time you last saw your wife alive?
Look, I'm sorry. I left. Maybe 9 p.m. Might have been a little later, but right around 9.
You know how freaking suspicious you are, my dude?
Why did you kill her, Jacob? Things will go better if you come clean about it.
That's a lousy thing to say. I never gave up on my wife.
I never looks away, doesn't admit to having her killed. Gave up on her? Yeah.
I don't believe you, Jacob. I think you didn't have the guts to do it yourself, so you had someone else do it.
You want to back that up with something, big mouth? Huh?
Maybe throw away the, what was that? Like the paper in your kitchen? This one.
The note by the phone suggests you meant her harm.
You want the truth? Truth is, I was sick to death of her. I was trying to have her committed.
We're still gonna need you to come downtown, Mr. Henry.
We can get this all down on paper, Jacob. How you got fed up with your wife and how you figured killing her would bury all your troubles.
Kill my own wife?
She was a lush and a tramp, and you just couldn't stand it anymore.
Shut your goddamn mouth.
So now you're gonna tell me you loved her? Ah, the DA goes all gooey over remorse, Jacob.
Whoa! Okay.
Doesn't look good for you, Jacob.
Oh.
What's this?
Oh, my hat! Oh. Dodge. Punch. You're done. Get on the ground. I wasn't done questioning you.
Call it in and get a squad car dispatched. And check for messages. I'll keep old Slugger here company.
Well, got my hat back. That's nice. All right, wise guy. I gotta go.
Putting you through now.
Badge 1247.
How could I help, Detective?
I need a patrol unit to transport a suspect back to Central.
Certainly, Detective. You have a message from the coroner. Do you wish to be put through?
Yes, ma'am.
Carruthers,
It's Phelps.
I've completed the autopsy. Several wounds to the head from a blunt metal instrument. Closest match would be a socket wrench handle.
So the cause of death was the blunt.
No, the blows to the head surprisingly were not fatal. Death was from hemorrhage and shock from the fractured ribs and multiple injuries caused by the stomping.
Anything else?
He's some kind of sex fiend. The tissues of the anus were bruised about 1/8 of an inch, but no trace of semen in the anus, vagina, or stomach.
Thanks, Doc. Operator, give me R&I. I need a registered owner on a license plate, 2boy8899.
Yes, Detective. I'll need to contact the DMV. Shall I relay the details via KGPL?
Please. Any other messages?
One, Detective. From Captain Donnelly. He wants any and all suspects returned to Central. Interviews to be set up immediately.
Got it. We're coming in.
This game is so gross. Ugh.
Car 11K, Car 11K, come in. License plate 2boy8899. Belonging to a brown 1936 Pontiac. Registered to an Alonzo Mendez, apartment 16 at 402 South Fremont Street.
Mendez could be our man.
He could be at that, but you don't want to cross the skipper, Phelps. Not a great move in your first day. He wants Henry re-interviewed.
Carruthers said she took a real pounding.
Maybe if he had been a little firmer in the beginning, he wouldn't be in this situation now.
I imagine that Neanderthal routine is a big hit with the ladies, Galloway.
Women love me, Phelps. I have no complexity. They
Clearly
know
not.
exactly what they're gonna get.
Clearly, the women that are into you have issues and don't know how to pick a good guy. So, I don't like you at all, Rusty. I want Bukowski back!
Give me a break!
Keeps your body physically fit. Your body requires iron daily.
Well,
And what better way to give you the iron you need?
I
Rise and shine yeast in your breads and cakes.
didn't see that on the map.
Is a natural source of vitamins. Physician studies show 3 out of 4 women lack sufficient iron.
I want Bukowski back. He's way nicer than you. Move!
Get the vigor and depth you need by using Rise and Shine yeast.
I'm already here, but... Out of the way! Detective business! Why are you stopping? You fool.
We have a firm lead, Captain.
Are you questioning my judgment, Cole Phelps?
No, sir.
Good. I thought not. Jacob Henry is a sub-sister pushed around by his wife. I think with the right kind of persuasion, he might be prepared to seek absolution. Are you prepared to show him the error of his ways, young Phelps?
I don't think he's our man. Galloway agrees with me.
Don't drag me into this.
Rusty is a practical policeman. A bird in hand is always worth two in the bush. Let's liberate a confession from poor Jacob, and the public will sleep easier tonight. Run along now, Phelps. I've warmed them up nicely for you.
I didn't do this on my original video.
Strips off me at the grand
Whoops.
jury. Case got thrown out.
But I did the mission with 5 stars, so this must be optional.
Doesn't look good, Jacob. You're in a big jam here. You lie to me, and I can't help you out. Do you understand me?
Yes.
What do you do for work, Jacob?
I'm a mechanic. Engines, differentials, transmissions, that kind of stuff.
So you have access to tools?
Yes, I do.
Your wife was brutally beaten with a socket wrench handle, then stomped to death. How do you think that looks, Jacob?
I was home in bed.
You're a piece of shit, and all you do is lie.
Bullshit, Jacob. The truth is you hated that bitch. You followed her and dragged her into the car and then took her out to the moors. She woke up and you smashed her face in with a socket wrench.
No.
And then you stomped her. You stomped her because she's a drunken whore and she treated you like shit. You stomped her for all the years you had to take it. You stomped her because you are such a weak fucking sister, Jacob, and you wanted to erase all memory of it. Go on. Try to deny it.
That's awesome.
I was at home. I should have gone to her at the bar, but I didn't. You can't prove I wasn't home.
Boner McCall reports telephoning Jacob repeatedly deny the murder. Yeah.
I can. The bar owner, McCall, gave you up. He called your house right at the time that someone was smashing Celine's skull in and got no answer. If we find that socket wrench, you're gonna fry. Get it off your chest. Tell me you killed her.
I killed her, all right. I killed her dreams. She was an aviator, famous in her day, flying around up there like a bird, but she never wanted to come back down. You know, my pop was a sod farmer, dirt poor. I joined the Corps, trained to be a mechanic. I did better than my father did. I worked hard for it. That's all you can ask of a man. But Celine, she never wanted to come down from the clouds. She wanted everything I couldn't give her. All I had was security. That was never going to be enough.
You know, I see remnants of a romance there. Him, an airplane mechanic. She, a pilot. Clearly, they just weren't meant for each other. And it got taken too far.
You did it. Everything points to you. What does Tex mean, Jacob?
I don't know what you're talking about.
I need a reason to believe you, Jacob.
You want a confession? That's what you want?
That's exactly what we want.
Seems to me there are two types of marriages. First, where the couple love each other equally and everything's roses. And then there's the other, where one person loves the other more than life itself and always puts them first. Chumps like me, who love them no matter what, no matter how badly they behave. That's it. That's my confession. I loved my wife. And I'll take any test you got to prove it.
Your marriage was over. You took her in and she threw it back in your face. You didn't go over there to hurt her. It just got out of hand.
That's not how it was.
You're lying, Jacob. It was falling apart and things got violent.
I'm not lying. I'm telling you how it was.
You sound like a kid. Caught red-handed.
I'm not lying.
Marital problems? Neighbor Horgan. Yeah.
Jenny Horgan says you blackened her eye.
It's all right, Jacob. The DA will understand. In your shoes, I would have done exactly the same thing.
I hit her. All right?
Fuck you, Rusty.
Not proud of it, but she was coming at me with a frying pan. What would you do? Took it for years, but sometimes a man can only take so much.
Why did you break into your wife's house, Jacob? Why steal the ring?
What? What are you talking about? I've got a key. Why would I need to break in?
You took the ring because you found out who gave it to her.
What are you talking about?
Her prized garnet ring, given to her by her old boyfriend, Dick McCall.
I never knew that. I lived with that woman for 3 years, and I never knew that.
Oh, that's kind of sad.
In that case, I think you should be talking
Sorry,
to Dick
man.
McCall.
We'll do the detective work, lunkhead. Just answer the questions.
I'll see what I can do for you, Jacob. But I'm not proud.
Out of 4.
It still looks bad for you.
Phelps, you failed me, son.
We have another lead, Captain. This guy Mendez could be our man.
I hope so, Phelps. I really hope so. I'm deeply disturbed by your style of police work.
What was that supposed to mean? What? I got 4 out of 4, though.
We can still pull down a conviction for the skipper if we chase down this Mendez guy.
Deeply disturbed by what? My success rate? Am I just too much of a legend for you?
Sound like a man who moonlights as the werewolf?
Don't sound like a man I'd let my daughter anywhere near.
You've got a daughter.
Spend enough time drinking, Cole, you'll find yourself with any number of things you don't do.
Sick.
So that's why you never sober up.
Exactly.
That was awesome.
That price is outrageous.
Mendez, apartment 16.
Don't bother knocking, just kick the door in. Take a look around and see what you can find.
Oh, I wasn't gonna knock. Don't worry. Let's see. Ah. Aha! Lipstick. Come on. Do the thing. Come on.
Carruthers could match the color and brand of the body.
Why do I need to zoom in? It's so obvious. Look at it.
Consistent with Celine's injuries, and the blood can be typed.
Okay.
We have the murder weapon. We better get Pinker down here.
Why keep it? Why not throw it away?
Think these clowns are geniuses? Thank your stars you caught a break. Captain Donald will begin to like you.
Think these geniuses are clowns?
What gives? LAPD, you're under arrest.
What gives? Oh, shit! Do not lose that son of a bitch. I'll go get our wheels.
He left his window open, like
Mendez,
a fool.
stop right there.
Ah, there's a fly in here. Why do flies like flying up people's noses? Know what I mean? Know what I'm saying? Marry a freak.
You don't need to do this, Alonzo.
I am the one who chases. Don't you know who I am? I am Cole Phelps, detective of the LA Police Department. He's getting away!
Get in and drive.
Alright. Probably because you're too drunk. Let's go. Come here, you schmo. You schmuckamalo.
Hit him, Cole. Spit him out.
It's doing it's doing the GTA thing where they go just fast enough for you to not touch them.
I got an idea. Get him next to my window, Cole. Keep me alongside his vehicle, and I'll stop the son of a bitch.
Sounds good.
Hit him. Clean this asshole off the road.
Okay.
Keep it steady, and I'll try to bust his tires.
Yeah.
Whoa!
He's still alive? Hold on.
You're under arrest for the murder of Celine Henry.
You piece of shit.
I ain't saying a goddamn thing.
We don't need you to. We already have all the evidence. You're done. Son of a bitch. You perv.
You did a grand
killer.
job, lads. Phelps, that's quite a way to acquit yourself in your first outing as a homicide investigator. It seems the city has a new and vengeful guardian. Considering the evidence against your suspect and the thoroughness with which a report was compiled, I foresee a safe passage through the courts, and the DA agrees with me.
Now you're proud.
Brutality on a scale such as this deserves retribution. The people and the press of this city demand.
Oh, thanks. Okay. Uh-huh. I see how it is. Well, that'll do it for this episode of LA Noire. Thanks for watching, you smuck.
Chippy likes poop.